in association with the Right Eye Productions broadcast.
Ty's talking Hallmark movies because he's a hopeless romantic.
Wedding every weekend. Another Hallmark original movie review.
Let's do this.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I meant it last week when I told you I was taking a break from dating. And honestly, I love not having to think about it.
I think this is fate.
That's a big word.
Wedding every weekend. Another Hallmark original movie where Nate and Brooke are going to the same 4 weddings 4 weekends in a row. Now, to avoid setups, they go together as wedding buddies. You see, what started off as a friendship during a meet cute at a bridal registry store perhaps blossoms into something more. So let's dig a little deeper about this film. It stars Kimberley Sustad, who plays Brooke, and Paul Campbell, who plays Nate. The film was released to air on the Hallmark Channel back in August of 2020, and it has a runtime of 1 hour and 24 minutes. Wedding Every Weekend is directed by Kevin Fair and written by Julie Sherman Wolf. So let's dive a little deeper, huh? During wedding season, strangers Brooke Etheridge, a physical therapist, and Nate Thomas, a high-end classic car restorer, are each attending 4 weddings on 4 consecutive weekends. Each, by the way, solely knows either the bride or the groom, or the bride in one case. Respectfully, neither has a +1 either. Brooke has just broken up with Colin, which makes work-life awkward. Well, because they work together and they're still business partners. Well, Nate is still recovering from his last long-term relationship, which ended up just short of the altar. Now, in an environment where there is pressure for singles to find romance at such events, both Brooke and Nate wish to avoid these circumstances of romance possibilities. And Brooke has also decided to stop dating for the entire summer, calling it the Summer of Brooke, while she focuses on herself. However, in the 4th wedding, both are actually in the wedding party for their good friends, Ginny and Greg, who both believe that Brooke and Nate together would be a good match.
Actually, he's one of my groomsmen. I think you two would really hit it off.
Greg, she's not dating, remember? She's on a Summer of Brooke.
That's right.
Brooke and Nate recognize each other through a series of few but somewhat awkward previous encounters. And by the 2nd wedding, they have agreed to simply be wedding buddies to help each other steer away from those potential romantic wannabe situations initiated by fellow wedding guests. Now, as they see each other at subsequent weddings and start to spend other non-wedding time together, they start to fall for one another. But as the movie plays on, neither of the characters realize just how the other feels, in classic Hallmark movie fashion. And how about that cast of Wedding Every Weekend? Sure, we'll start with Kimberley Sustad, born May 1987 in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Kimberly stands 5'10" and is one of the many Hallmark favorite actors among viewers, known for roles in Travelers and The Twilight Zone, plus leading roles in A Christmas Coincidence, formerly A Goodwink Christmas, The 9 Lives of Christmas, and the sequel, 9 Kittens of Christmas. She often stars in many Hallmark movies and is a guest in various Hallmark series. She has been married to Scott Sustad since 2004, and together they have 2 children. Over now to actor Paul Campbell, born June 1979 in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. He stands at a tall 6'2". Paul has contributed his craft to many on-screen projects, including several Hallmark films like 3 Wise Men and a Baby, Dating the Delaneys, Love Classified, and Christmas by Starlight, where he also co-starred with Kimberley Sustad. By the way, on a side note for Christmas by Starlight, Sustad originally came up with the idea. She called Paul Campbell about it, and together they ended up becoming first forays of writing the project. One fact about actor Paul Campbell, his biggest fear is falling down an up escalator indefinitely. He is married to Lori Campbell, and together they have 1 child. So as we get to the final destination of our filming locations, first of all, comprising 4 different weddings with 4 different looks in one movie was pretty challenging enough. So director Kevin Fair made sure to capture those 4 features in each wedding. Filming the locations of this movie was pretty challenging, and I'll get to that in just a moment. So Wedding Every Weekend was extensively filmed in and around British Columbia, the westernmost Canadian province. And how about some of the specifics? Well, let's talk about Langley, British Columbia. The beautiful city of Langley did serve serve as the background for several scenes in the movie, as Langley is known for its variety of farms, parks, trails, trendy restaurants, lounges, and some amazing sports venues. British Columbia, Canada served as the union between characters Vicky and Amanda, played by Carmel Emmett and Michaela Moore. Now that was filmed there at the secret garden of Woodbridge Ponds, which is located within the stunning grounds of Woodbridge Ponds in Abbotsford, British Columbia. Several scenes of that area were used in the film, including the specific marital union itself. And one last note here as we wrap up. To avoid shooting in closer proximity, the wedding scenes were shot in open space, and CGI had to be used for this film. And here's why. Wedding Every Weekend was the first film in Vancouver to go back into production post the pandemic. To make sure the filming went smoothly, all of the heads of various departments had to have special COVID training, including everyone on set, just to be sure they could do their jobs without any hindrance. There is another Hallmark original movie review, Wedding Every Weekend. Two characters putting things back together in the lives of others, and now must consider doing the same for themselves.
It's a good thing we know how to put things back together. If you want to.
This has been another edition of TY at Night in association with the Right Eye Productions broadcast.